Hey guys, back with video 2 of the Smuggler 1 through 10 video, or video series rather. Last I left you guys, we were looking for a few things. We were looking for a locket from some chick for a quest, and we were also going to get medicine for a girl, and we were just gonna go defeat some special forces out in this general area. Now, this is a good video to show the combat off, because there's less quest turn-ins than before, because I don't go back to town for quite a while here. So as you see, that first ability I have, as I said in the other video, is kind of my auto attack. It doesn't use any of my energy, and I'm able to just kind of spam the heck out of the thing. The second ability there puts me in cover. I can just hit F and I end up changing where that's at later on. And then the third one is, or now the second one, is like a charged shot that I do. I think that's what it's called even. But it pretty much is a casted ability, and I can cast it at any of my targets. Yeah, it's called Charged Burst, and it'll do that. So that changes on my bar from when I'm in cover, but when I'm not in cover, it's number 3. The thing that's number 4 when I am when I'm not in cover, and when I am in cover is 3, is like a drone that I shoot at somebody, and when I shoot it at them, it'll just chill next to them until I fire again. When I hit them again, it'll blow up and do a ton of damage to everybody around them. And then I have the new ability I got when I leveled up, which is the frag grenade. That is my 4 ability when I'm in cover and my 6 ability when I'm out of cover. I really like that one. That one's super sweet. And then the 5th ability there on my bar is also my little pistol whip. It does a melee hit. It's pretty cool. The last 3 you see there, the last one is obviously my recharge or rest or whatever it's called to heal myself back up. Second to last one is my quick travel, which is kind of like a Hearthstone. I can quick travel to any place that I've been as far as binding points go, and you saw a binding point in the other video. And then the third to last one is a buff that I can put on people. It gives 5% crit chance, I think, which is pretty dang decent if you ask me. Oh, got filling up my inventory there. If you notice, that's underneath all my slots there, it says expand inventory for 5,000 credits. That's actually one of the things you get to do in the game. Instead of getting bags and just using a ton of bags like most MMOs do, you just have this giant inventory thing that you can expand upon by just purchasing. I think the first rank is 5,000, the second rank is 20,000. I don't know what the other ranks are because I never got that far with expanding my inventory, but it's pretty cool. And 5,000 and 20,000 sound like a lot, but think of 5,000 credits like 10 gold or 20 gold in WoW. I mean, it's not a lot at all. I think they designed the game for you to have quite a lot of credits. I mean, I was level 20 on my Bountry Hunter, and I kept getting, like, I think I had anywhere from like 13,000 to 15,000 credits, and I was spending a lot of that at the same time, so it's like I was making up for it in quests.
Are we talking about the same necklace here?
Nas intimas antivarojayala bankalamia. Daznai as apismasti nis miagas rupas tisar. Gis pasake da gia patmas visada bavo pastai.
What does this have to do with the necklace?
Atodo nomana somogo, todo gis bavo apietai. Apia nai kai pato, as linkes passi viki vasas. As apis maste ni niadas, rupas kisa.
Sounds like you could use a professional.
Irsogomos, Cape Saprata, Kanjis Rais Kiata. Gratai aptikte iruprit pertini savasia salvebe kayages.
She needs to be stopped, and fast.
Eva satiko. Tintas nas bavadalev. Aja paslaptis greafs lakinis. Naras tingas vagas.
Ooh, bit of a plot twist there. You'll come across those quite frequently as you go along, but apparently the woman that I was going to go get her necklace, right? Apparently she is a spy for the Empire, and what ended up happening was her necklace that she used, if you didn't catch it while reading the subtitles there for the dude, her necklace is a two-way communicator to the Empire, and she wants it back. And that's why she's so insistent about having it back so bad, and yeah, so that explains a lot. But there are many plot twists like that as you go throughout the game, and it gets crazier and crazier, actually. It's quite fun. So, up there you see my Smuggler phase, nice and clear and green. So, that's kind of where I'm going to try to head here. Zooming out my mini-map, finally. I actually, looking at the UI, I really like how the UI is set up. How it's got your health bars and everything down at the bottom next to all your abilities. Because I've noticed in other MMOs, what ends up happening is you have your health bars up top and then your abilities at bottom, and you either watch one or the other, and you're rarely watching what's going on screen because you're either watching your health bar or you're watching your ability cooldowns and stuff. And I think that's the one thing I like about the way they've set it up, is it's all kind of focused. Like, it's easy just to glance up and see what the heck's going on while you're looking down and seeing what your cooldowns are, seeing what the enemy health is, seeing what your health is, seeing what your resources. I mean, it's really cool, and it even has your buffs and debuffs right there. I like it. And it's not just that one bar, you can expand it, and there's a second one that you can have below it, which, you know, cool enough for me.
You're certainly not a resident here, and you're no separatist. You must be that hotshot freighter captain Vidu described over the holo. These poor, starving ladies and I are very grateful for the supplies you brought. If I wasn't so exhausted, I'd throw you a party.
What are all these women doing here?
Their husbands died defending Talaran against the Separatists. Poor things. Now, I look after them. Vidu said you're seeking information on a particular Separatist named Skavak. The only place to find personnel data like that is at Manat Point. I used to acquire quality goods at a discount on Manat Point. I discovered all manner of shortcuts through the island's warehouses. I kept detailed schematics of every maintenance passage and tunnel there. Unfortunately, I had to abandon those schematics when I fled Manat Point.
You got a brilliant plan, right?
I always have a brilliant plan. That's why I'm still alive. My schematics are still in my former home. However, I short-circuited the building's door and sealed it shut when I left. The only way to reopen the door is by disrupting Manat Point's power relays. Once you gain entry, you'll find my schematics cleverly disguised as an extraordinarily tedious treatise on birdwatching. Don't worry, I'll teach you the code I use to conceal my schematics. You won't die of boredom reading about rare waterfowl. Now pay attention and listen carefully, because you really don't want to hear this twice. And replace every mention of the Mantelian flutter plume with the number 3. Did you get all that?
That is the most sadistic way to hide information I've ever heard.
Then you clearly haven't lived enough. Once you read my schematics, the way into the Separatist computer station will become clear. Unfortunately, that only solves half your problems. The Separatists encrypt all their files. You'll need special equipment to decipher their data. That's Vidu's area of expertise, not mine. I'll take those supplies now, if you don't mind. These poor ladies could use some cheering up.
It's disgusting how you take advantage of these women.
Don't be so quick to judge. These ladies adore me for a reason. Be a sport and kill some Separatists on your way out of here. Goodbye, Captain.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the women he kept referring to apparently were not actually there. You know, beta is beta, there's going to be bugs, oh well, deal with it. So, as I was saying, what ends up happening is you have a second bar that you can pop up at the bottom there. So it's a bar on top of a bar, if that makes sense. and it's the entire length there, just like that one. You can also, when you have your companion, put your companion's bar at the bottom there if you wanted to. But in the options, there's options to put bars on the left screen, on the left side of your screen and the right side of the screen. So, I mean, there is some customization there, and you can put a lot more abilities on your screen than what you would assume with just what you see here. And I like that. I think that's pretty cool. And the other thing is, they're not shipping with, I think they're not shipping with the ability to do mods. That was the last thing I heard, and that was a while ago. But that is something that is going to happen shortly after release, is the ability to do mods. So I'm sure you'll see crazy mods that people will do with their interface and all that. I'm sure you barely will use the default. I really like the default though. I'm going to stick with it unless something is way cooler, but I'm pretty much going to stick with this. I may move my chat window down. I think that would be the only other thing that I move. But other than that, I really like the setup. So looks like we're gonna try to go out to the other side of this compound here. I got more quests up north. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you is you could add little weird characters into your name. Like if you look at my name down at the bottom left, I have a whatchamacallit? Yes, one of those in the middle of my name, and I don't know. It's just weird. Like usually in MMOs you can't really do that. Sometimes you could do a space, or sometimes you can do like the weird characters, like the 2 dots over an O or U, but you can't usually do like what are those called? Thingy-majigs in the middle of your name, and that's really cool that you're able to do that in this game. Mostly because I think a lot of the Star Wars names kind of follow that theme. So this is something I wanted to mention, is that if you notice here, there hasn't been a single quest that I've gotten that says like go kill 8 scavengers. But it's the quest that I already have. I'm going through and I kill these guys because I have to get to the other end of this, and it pops up with a bonus quest saying, hey, if you want to, you can kill 8 of these guys. You know, so it's got like that familiarity of other MMOs there, but there are no like really tedious missions to go kill 8 guys, and I think that's really cool. Plus the bonuses give you an incentive to explore a little bit, because sometimes you'll find a bonus on a quest that'll give you a lot of experience that you may not have known if you didn't actually go exploring the area a little bit, and I think that is quite rad. That's a really good idea. I think a lot of other people need to do that. Now I'm having issues here figuring out where to like take cover. I'm still really clunky with it. I get a lot better as I go, because it's definitely a new system for me, and I know I've said that before, but it gets much better with me being able to roll around, and as I learn the class, I'm able to jump around quite a bit. I noticed that was one thing I had with my bounty hunters. I was really good at kiting things if I needed to, because most of my stuff was instant cast, and I can like do it on the move. I had a ton of stuns, and I learned how to do that with the Smuggler later. So just letting you know, I only played this guy till level 10. I didn't go get the advanced class. That was kind of my plan, was to go get the advanced class and show you guys that, how the tree system works. But until Holy and I go do instances, or flashpoints is what they call them, I probably won't go get my advanced class. So I ended it at level 10, and kind of at a good spot to end story-wise. But if I do end up going to get my advanced class, it would be because we're going to go do a flashpoint, which we hope to do. Maybe on these characters, maybe on the Empire, probably on both. We'll see. I can't promise anything. It's all depending on what's available at the moment and what we have time for. I mean, each of us are filming level 1 to 10 on 4 different classes. So we're covering all the classes. And it takes about 4 hours, roughly 4 hours to get to level 10, so it kind of gives you an idea. It's a lot of stuff. And then for me, I have to go back and do my commentary over, so it's a lot of work, but we're going to manage as much as we can and expect to see Star Wars stuff for at least a week, possibly 2, just a ton of Star Wars stuff. And if you're not into the Star Wars stuff, if you're not that guy and you still like our channel, it's okay, because we're a variety gaming channel, so there's going to be other games that we do here. So this is an interesting quest. So like I walk up here, I disable it, and it's just a message, right? There's no like actual voice acting. I was like, okay, whatever. It's cool with me. It lets me know what the heck's going on. And there we go. I disabled that or enabled it or did whatever. I don't even remember. And I didn't read the text while it was popping up there. But either way. Oh, and I just noticed another thing on the UI. It's so beautiful. There's so much to look at here, so it's hard to cover it all at once. In the very middle of my screen, you see that eye, like between the two health bars. Now it just changed to a gun. It kind of depicts whether there's enemies around, or whether you're in combat, or whether there's no enemies around. And it's a cool little system. You've probably seen that in tons of other games. It's just more graphical right there with a little light. I kind of like that. But only level 4 here. About to hit level 5. Will I get level 5? Ooh, there it goes. There it goes. Dinging is probably one of the best things ever. I find out later that if I actually look in my spell book, I guess you could call it, I end up finding out that you can see the abilities that you are able to train at that level, or that you haven't trained yet that you're allowed to train. So I think I was going to end up trying to figure out what I needed on the next level, but once you're able to see that you're able to, or once you're able to see the stuff you're able to train, it's hard to say, then you can kind of get an idea of what's coming up, because it's kind of cool how they scale the content with what you're getting with your levels and everything. I really like that. In fact, the content in general is kind of hard until you get the hang of the game. So be careful when you first start playing. You may die a few times. And that's actually one of the things they brought up a lot, is they have a system in the game called the metric system, and they can pretty much track anything and everything. Like, they have heat maps for where people die the most and what are killing them, and what level they are when they die and stuff. So they can tell, like, oh, this part in the starting area is really rough. Why is that? Well, maybe because there's a lot of enemy activity here with a lot of NPCs respawning, and so they adjust that. And it's really cool how they're able to track anything like that. And after I'm done talking to this guy, turning this quest in, I'll tell you more about the metric system, because I think it's crucial to MMOs and the future of MMOs.
Daznai as apis mastinis miagas rupas tisar.
Take the heirloom.
Verai dag ama confidankas bavanal unguts.
Guess I'll be living cheap this year. Great.
Apriskima bavomigra, lievimas del horizonto. Raka apatiki, irprit, vertini, savazia zavebe, kazis. Tintas nas bavadalev, aja paslaptis griafs lakinis.
There we go, turn that in. Got me some light side points. New stuff from the quests. I really like the items that they give you, as far as quest rewards go and all that. I think it's pretty balanced out what they give you. But as I was saying about the metric system can track anything and everything in the game. So they can track what people are talking about the most, like whether people are complaining in a certain area that something's too hard or something's not fun. They can track where people are going the most, where people are congregating. They can track when people are grouping up. Are they grouping up in the area I was just at because there's a lot of mobs there, or are they grouping up in the main city? Like, they can track anything. They can even track stuff with the launcher too. So like, do you launch the game from the launcher, or do you do it a different way? How long do you spend on the launcher? Yeah, I mean, there's so many stuff. Oh, by the way, that's the I could see my abilities. I'm able to train there. So it's just really cool how they're able to track everything. And I know, oh hey, I have a revive ability. Everybody has res, by the way. And I know you guys are like, oh, how does that pertain to the future of MMOs? Well, I'll tell you after I'm done turning in all these quests.
You came back. Do you have the medicine?
That's every last med kit. Seems the Separatists didn't live long enough to make much use of them.
This is going to make a huge difference. Really, it's nice to find someone with a good heart here on Ord Mantell. Thank you. I was starting to lose faith that there were any good people left.
I know. We're a rare breed.
Right. Thank you again.
Okay, got myself some new boots. So basically, as I was saying, I think the metric system is going to change MMOs because they're able to detect so much stuff, they're able to track so much stuff that it actually helps to balance the game in such a fashion that it becomes so balanced in general between the PvE and the PvP content. And just a little fact that they've stated that they have achieved 98% balance with all classes. So there you go, little SWTOR fact here.
You must be the freighter Captain Vidu's expecting. It's a pleasure to meet you in person. I'm Cyrena.
What's a knockout like you doing in this dump?
I'm here to enhance the aesthetics of Vidu's surroundings. He enjoys looking at pretty things while he works. I heard about what happened with Skavik. Can't say I'm surprised. I told Vidu not to trust that scoundrel. Vidu's putting on a brave face for me, but I can tell he's terrified. Is it bad? Should I be worried?
Leave everything to me, sweetheart.
It's comforting to know a confident man like you is taking care of things. I feel safer already. I suppose I shouldn't keep you any longer. Vidu might get the wrong idea about us.
If he's gonna suspect anyway.
I can see you're going to be trouble. We'll have to continue this discussion later. Farewell, Captain.
I love flirting with anything that has a face on the game, of course. Oh, of course. So, yeah, it's fun to be the womanizer type as the Han Solo stereotype goes around. It's so much fun. It's one of those things that you're like, would I ever be like that in real life? Kind of, but not really. You know, I can mess around with it. More story.
Back already, Captain. Help me and Corso finish this robe of steak. Don't let this fine cut of meat go to waste.
Boss, quit acting like it's your last meal. Rogan the Butcher isn't gonna kill you.
I won't blow this, trust me.
Until I've recovered those stolen blasters, I'll eat and drink like there's no tomorrow. Nice work in Talaran. We're getting somewhere in this hunt for Skavik. Ricky told me he gave you a way into the Separatist hideout. Said something about a secret entrance?
I always wondered how Ricky could steal so much from Man at Point and not get caught.
Getting into Man at Point will be extra tricky. For one thing, you have to swim there.
When the Separatists invaded, they blew up the only bridge leading onto the island. Turned it into their private resort.
You'll be walking into the Ranker's Den, Captain.
When I get done there, it'll be a boneyard.
That'll be interesting, since you'll be outnumbered 100 to 1. If you download the Separatist computer files onto this datapad and bring it back here, we'll handle the rest.
I'd rather go with you, Captain. My Viroblade's pretty good for chopping Separatists off at the knees. I call it Huey.
Forget about the Separatist, Corso. I want that slicer kit here before the Captain comes back.
I'm on it, boss. Good luck at Man at Point, Captain.
Last thing I need is Corso turning one-man army out there. Kid'll just get himself killed for nothing. Separatists wiped out his family a couple of years ago. Corso took it personal.
I don't blame him for wanting revenge.
Mixing personal grudges and business is like dropping a thermal detonator into a fuel dump.
Vidu, there's someone named Rogan calling on the holo. He sounds upset.
Oh, that's all I need. Stall him for me, sweetheart. Remember the plan. Disrupt Man at Point's power relays, get inside Reiki's old home, and use those schematics to enter the Separatist base. When you're in, slice into the Separatist computer and download everything onto my datapad. Good luck.
I also love acting super sarcastic as a smuggler. It's another benefit. I mean, I could be like that on any character, but if you're a sarcastic smuggler, I mean, it fits the profile. It's fun. It's super fun. And I think that's one of the greatest things about the game, honestly, is that you can make your character how you want. It's like a true RPG. It's what BioWare does best. You can make your character the way you want it. You could totally, you could totally make your character the douchebag Sith, dude that is stereotyped in all the movies, or you could switch it up a bit and be the super nice Sith and be like really weird to all the other Sith, and maybe you got beat up as a Sith apprentice a lot, you know, in the schoolyard. Who knows? You can make up so much stuff with your character. It's a lot of fun. Ooh, new abilities. So I got Dirty Kick. Let's see if you guys can guess. I'll give you a few seconds. Yeah, you kick somebody in the nuts. It's amazing, and it stuns them. The other thing I got is like a shot that puts a... It's weird. It's like an attack that puts a dot on somebody, but it doesn't do initial damage. It's weird. I haven't figured it out yet, and I've already played to level 10, so I use it every now and then, but I haven't really found a use for it yet. It doesn't seem very good. It may once I get my advanced class, but I'm not there yet, so can't really judge it by that. So amazing map there, showing me exactly where I need to go, but I see a ton of vendors over here, and I wanted to show you guys something about the vendors. Something I think more games in general should do, not just MMOs, but general RPGs. So I come over to this guy, right, and I talk to him, and he's got those greens over on the left-hand side in his little thing, and they have a random next to it. And what happens is it's got a random stat. So say I buy it as a smuggler, it would give me cunning and endurance, maybe, right? It would usually give me cunning because cunning is my main stat. And then if I bought it as a trooper, it would buy the exact same item but put different stats on it. So it's pretty cool how that works. I think there's a lot of flexibility there with what you're able to buy. Those wondering why my pants now don't match my chest piece I've got going on, well, that's because they're my hot pants, and it's okay to have hot pants. I guess it's actually kind of gross to look at for that poor guy. Oh, light side points. You see the bar there, the light side, dark side points. Once you achieve certain ranks in light side or dark side, you're able to go buy items, and I think you're able to even get titles from it. I'm not sure about that. I know you can definitely get items. The items are pretty balanced on both sides, so it's not like the dark side stuff is better, so don't worry about that.
Damn separatists. All they're doing is cutting themselves off. Cockeyed fools. All of them. Did you hear about the bridge to Manet Point? Those foolish separatists think that by blowing up the bridge to Manet Point, they're striking a blow for the people. But all they've created is division. And division is death. Lots of good people got stuck in Manet Point when the bridge went out. The separatists are trying to divide us. Divide and conquer, right? There was a doctor there, J. Kett. Brilliant medical man and staunch Republic supporter. Essential to our effort. We need someone with the know-how to find him.
Would you pay someone with the know-how?
Dr. Kett is worth a lot to the Republic. Of course we'll pay. Like I said, last contact we had with the good doctor, he was on Manet Point. Seeing as the bridge is out, you'll have to swim the channel. And you'll want to watch out for the separatists on the shore. If you have any luck finding the doctor, try to get him back here. Think you can handle it?
One doctor coming right up.
Great. That's the spirit. I think we've got a chance at winning this thing. Now hurry up to Manet Point. We haven't a moment to lose.
Quests. This game is loaded with them. Someone make a demotivational. I don't even want to. Demotivational poster that says that, or motivational poster. That would work too.
Ellis, dear, stop overreacting. We don't know it was him, and I don't see the use of bothering a stranger about it.
You're too cold, Yarrow. This is our son we're talking about. He could be alive and on that island, and you don't care.
That's not true. I just don't see the point in getting our hopes up or in wasting other people's time.
We wouldn't waste anyone's time. We'll pay. We have the credits. There are guns for hire everywhere. Like you. Could you help us?
I believe you said something about credits?
Don't listen to her. We don't need your help. My wife's chasing phantoms, that's all. A friend of hers thought she saw our son on Manet Point, but my wife knows quite well that our son is dead.
Our son was taken from us years ago when the Separatists raided our home. My callous husband would rather believe he's dead, but I can't bear the thought. Our friend says she saw him. Oh, I must know if it's true.
What's my role in all this?
Jenna said she saw him at Manet Point. Please, will you go look for him? I'd give anything to have him back safe.
All I care about is my fee.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. His name is Paul, the spitting image of his father. You can't help but recognize him.
Well, it's your time, I suppose.
So there we go. More quests to get. Obviously, you'll see when I do the Sith Inquisitor stuff that in a case like that, if I just was really annoyed by the people whining, I could have just shocked them with lightning. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Be patient. Be patient for the dark side stuff. It'll be fun. It's coming. It'll be here soon. Anyways, so that's probably that's the end of this video. I'm happy to say that I'm still really enjoying from what I've seen about the Smuggler, and we'll see more in the next video as I move to the next spot.